I've spoken with the Speaker. I, as a Christian, uphold the principle.
The economy that we actually left on his government was criminally mismanaged. We left a huge debt.
Mr. John Dramani Mahama, the entire one massive support from Ghanaians, no, I near maybe say,
young summer for you now, Quaba, Ibium, Emra, Jumadi, so many. Abusua panic of Usu Dumi, and I sent Shia and Summer Ekoso, oh my Ganamu, Eba Bedi Hong Komo, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, after State of the Nation address, no, and Komodibe and Ekoso, oh my Ganam, Yeberum, now for your beer na ababam na bibia I kama. NPP, Amadiko, Nana Danko Kufuado, and an Akuffo, one fu, ama and Sembebre, SH, quick one. Ibera Honso, but I'm son, no Abusua. Yanko this video, Emra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and say Wakokusha clergy. Na and watching Komodibe Efreche, ba Wakasa, Ede Afa, a man, man, shemudia. A quayan Sembebra, after no Saman for Dune Commerce. Adiana another Danko Kufuado Anyano. I think says Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Obabe, but quick one. Ian Chemrana Bar. Abusua Tuaso.
I, as a Christian, uphold the principle and the values that only two genders exist, man and woman. And that a marriage is between a man and a woman. I've spoken with the Speaker so that a renewal of the expired Proper Families Bill, Values Bill should be a bill that is introduced by government rather than as a private member's motion. And it's my hope that that consultation would see a renewed Proper Families Values Bill.
Okay, Abusua.
the writer,
Mamu Akwaba.
Major Suamu.
Ansana, yebe come penny State of the Nation address, no. Where the kit will be any one Jumai.
Okay, Mamencha, Yarefo, na afe, Yanko Yanim. On say, Mampenines is Sudia kaka. Say, already, the winim, any bema, any obawari. Oba, any bema, awari. Onim bema, any bema, awari. And onim oba, and obawari. And until na bra no opposition, nank washe, se bra, womo yes, sa, emrano anti-gebe, ne macho, ye no. Na the then president, Nana Danko Akuffo, nanko wakwenya, se was senka, or signing them, ne free honor. And no be one man or the suburb bomb man penny John Dramani Mama say, O Casaya, and I don't know by that again, be no anti-gebe no on sign.
I'm for doing come.
Yet,
almost some George Crano, some George this I did with Jim, but about some George I did.
Ublemu Mahama, and ye, I didn't Ublemu some Georgia, and ye,
Akuffo the emblemuno.
Yes, because on no the 8th Parliament in a query, and per one 8th Parliament no, say a query ya. Bibia womu ye bia no ne 8th Parliament no ewu. Enti emre bia na ye be run 9th Parliament no, a new Parliament enaba. Afen no so mo sa akọ from scratch. Near the eba. Enti na okọ to kra na se di asem bia. Na say yes judge na oteso na. Near the new judge ba. Judge bi won ma otumi me sa akọ asem ni nyina ase foforo. Se ne benyo obi hu asem no pomasibre. And for now, no 9th Parliament naba. I was anti-gebe no almost sad ba Parliament opium. And until the nay asako bium no. I won't be sabe she reading nase. Na asako ye adwuma kopim say ebeba. And for now no this 9th Parliament no say gebe na asako akodru no. Eno na mampanyi John Dramani Mahama e ko ne kowie na Parliament nwi omu dwumade na se wansan a yenso ye ne no obika. But 8th Parliament de na kodru ya na Danko Akuffo na ka last minute or chance na was san a obu na ni gu so wansan no. Wuntimi mblemu mprempen John Dramani Mahama sa den wansan. Many a se one clergyman asofo a wo mo wo omaimu ahia na one more sumo bomb paye asenya me se wo mo omai no.
It seems His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Min kan say nyame asofo oba ye ase obi a memfa ne say obo anama ne ba ban mu bia no on toto san krofo na se
obi onim bible mu bia be ka kire wo say kane no na ye asofo ne ahemfo ne edu omo ye oman
ba un say na Danko Akuffo ado asofo ene nkrofo a men limited to asofo nko a nkrofo mo bu Akuffo addo no Akuffo addo baaye no ehun sem ko bebre ma ti so osu bempa kwa babonten ebe se niam bebre
sa na tie no kre eno na eka hu bi ma wo mo lusu ye no enti se na wo your opposition leader wo hu ne ekoso wo ba wo so ntwedi the same path enti na e manage se omo yi wo mo nim se nyame asofo a esa na wo mo hyen komo de ta John Dramani Mahama echi no esa obaye no enkakra wo mu nyina no wo hu wo mo
but we used to say sa bai omo ne Mahama we ni na Mahama be we ni dada
but ena me ka kire no se ukọ Bible mu omo nim Bible mu no na ya asofo ne ahemfo ne adi omo bu man eye nanseye mu ena politicians baaye enu nti baabi abeku bia na yesi ko hu ohen no no ebre echi Yesu Kristo o tese ye ko baabi ka se onko president ana onko mayor okromo yesi ko ohen ho ko ohen we ho ti ne ya ahemfo ne asofo ne adi omo bu man enu nti ne obekuru man ma ya ahemfo okasa na sebe mampanyini wo kasa ye mfa de ohene beka ne yetie ohene no bu ohene ne che wo mampanyini eche politician sana ya sofo no nso akoye sofo ono won sori ma egu ne na ase no asema obeka ne nsori ma ne fa eche wo de president obeka it is obeso amemu ko nkan ne ko yede ma wo na as politician wutimi gina wo na so a e wo se wo unite with ahemfo ene asofo enu hu nyansa na mampanyi John Dramani Mahama wanya sese wo yo no no untumi nyi asofo emfiri amemmu mu mane nyeyie because omo so boa ene yen schools ahodo yen hospitals ahodo eyen nsori na Methodist obi Pentecost obi Roman obi Anglican obi SDA obi enu no omo sisi ya ne hospitals na aban de no wakojimu eye etumenda ye leader anasa president a obra be yi asofo de omo firi mu so pese koyie mo de a oka wo mo de wo mo bata ho no mo so mo adwenkere ebetimi abo ma mamu na koso etimani age ene ho nso no wasa akosi so dua sa aka ne biem se de onim eye two genders ene wo wiase oba de no nkwa ne animu oba ene bema ye ni bibi foforo bi aka ho enti enu no de ye adwuma ti kopim se sa gebe yi bewie e wo 9 parliament na bi obesan na anti gebe na ba no wa set mu biem se de onim ye two genders mani age se de bia wo gina ba bi o ye bold no kasa asem no yes but anything from him because wa me ehun stance e ba anti gebe na
yemfa no si na fe no yenko the state of the nation address nim na yemon komo bebre orensem bebre ena tudwa ne nsem no minim ba bi abedi kan ra to de yenko
me pese mampanyini mamemo na baso na me nhya se mfamfiri e ka hodo de dam pese ehia me papa because mampanyi John Dramani ma ehun ye ka se sa cocoa board 32 billion ekaide and by this September I was say anya hwe no abani pemu 9 billion edi cocoa tua bi tio 32 billion omanya cocoa na aye se ye chiri bremu ye to no wonananum akuafo fofofo ni yakoto no wa amanoni anya sikado so buo aye dan ne ekode saka no
ano ni asem no
to the stance say cocoa season dura je se ekobo besia ne ye dia beto cocoa asem nyansa ye mpanyimfo a wo mu di o man nanim no o mo laki bi pa because a simple marketing a wo koye maame no mo te makola dwom central marketing nim dwom ma obekwa kofa niema na ba obesiesie nya ne mfa so o moka but aye dan and politicians a wo mako school abo degree emu business tacoms emu economics economics awodo eka ho etimi di dwa no mo boka na kwese jimifo a wo ton gare osuoto a no de ntoma wo de akata gare no so no no mo mako gina nwunum omra nan gare natu waboka
as a state of the nation address yi amanfo keka se mampani bae no ase ode subo ni nyina bo Akuffo addo mo eke da ho o ma be mess up
total debt enei 721 billion before John Dramani Mahama free so no man total debt 122 billion into so bo mfa nkobo me maame otifi anazo mfa nkobo wo se a woni ne nyadwen total debt free so man ne beda ho no John Dramani Mahama free so no na ye 130 billion but the name na do dan ko Akuffo do free so no 721 billion o man ne ka ye de enti wusika no o de so bo na e previous government enti nka wa no mfa nkobo no me maame anasa wo papa na do dan ko Akuffo do me hu so wo bai wo bo besia na bro 600 billion da ho no mo beka previous one no na akwakoduru net bi ewo mu yi enti aban ne ba na wo ka no Akuffo eba NPP dia o mo se o mo ya de wo data But me I with data. On for data, just say near me your bossy, a yatron on Famatuja.
Okay, me video bu ebe kwa kwa. But today any komo.
What total debt no or the aba. Maka cocoa board, a car ye do ho.
And afi
CG. She ECG. A car ECG ye day. Ewo ECG. 68 billion. Electricity Company of Ghana. And not the last time me no transia me car no. Se kopim se o mayin panyumfo and na me se nyansa ne nimde dia ma John Dramani Mahama wa bei so benya sa nimde no na obi obeyi no so obekwa koda ECG Electricity Company of Ghana panyina ono so benya nimde ni nyansa na nye book mu de nko a because untumi nko na a whole estate a whole new site bebre e use meters babro 10 years I want to abeda. Those who are coming to electricity office ebebo mamam ne say ya twin light no kranyam na mo twema ayen yani ya ko new site ni agigi ye sika ani ya twin light ndi aba ya beto meter na tua ka register but mo mfa be ma nti bede na Electricity Company of Ghana almost aka we
o chere mu say osovi dum sansa na oko
and it is indeed kona ko checking Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia ono an interview o say problem ma wa create no solve am fa basobode ma onye dey no kasa fa dum so ho me bo aka tem se me bo send John Dramani Mahama en solve dum sa adenti na sa statement mfi ono an kasa Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia baaye o solve dum so mo ma ye tiase se 2016 mo baaye no na dum so no eni hobiem enti se ne se dum so na akoba na ye mo negligent bo ma mabonwo na mo ntumi antoto ne maye ni nyina so ye sika fam
ana sesesa Ghana for can say yenim se waye bi da and oye aye bi afo and now dum so na banti on solve
obeka ya okan obaye no way back no kan se obe solve dum so and wo sia no and yenima menji menu mienu yenim se o solve ye aye niema bi odi toto akwamu car powership okofa bai ede na no ode be gara na so ode be yambanchi na so ode be yamaburu aye nkane ho adwumanti no ode baaye ene ye pan opeso di so ano na enkoye se ye ko haya sofo mo makọ akoso moda makobo mpa ye agum se de John Jekum kufo ye no se ene da bia meka akwese football ye boy aye technical enya fi na akoja park so akoya radie kire ne ha se ko bo mienso santam na ha coach no so sedem a watch technicalities akoyo be fa so number 7 number 8 obe krabo wo mo no mu ntimi mo enti se wanya technicalities na da bia otimi ne bere sana mamu ne tie nyame yade ye hia ne bambo ye hia ne nsaba so obebe mu enti no ma ya dwin ni nimdie ni nyansa no akoso moda mo ria ye nkogina so mompa ye nguso ya wakwenye befa so betoto ye mfidie ye gas ne nya bi mfamfiri West Africa pipeline ye nsiesie na ma Nigeria ne do mo kana gas ma ene nya petrol ni diesel ne mfidie enu nya mpai basem se de Akuffo be no enti na John Dramani Mahama bai na o se wo de car powership no beba ene ne ma wo do de beboa ye se de be Electricity Company of Ghana be jane nam no so but mo bai de ne kokosie enti indeed asovo ya atinye bia ni ho
ana o say all start no I think say now can say me o chere mu say the state of our nation isn't good. The economy is in crisis.
Anya no kre say economy na it is not in crisis and kai 198 MPs won NPP ko mo ka say won mo amna finance minister wabon me be say simple question economy no was in good state at that time as they want to proclaim yanyini senators so e dey na omo 98 MPs and omo MPP mu no omo seeking for real time pam no be say this simple question on sometimes no SSM bi ni adanse ye twa ho bi ni ade adanse ye wo kroma enema nkoyie ane ye beka kire mo eno nenam so ma wo mo amna se bedwafo ehu ye ene kwadu a wo mo bo bi MPP ye nhwehwemu de ntia mo lusu ye no oforiata ti se na niema koyie a na Akuffo recently di asem no koka no Nigeria was economic crisis any demonstration e called diti anama omulusu ye me na mkoka e enti enne adenti na wo begina no beka se sikasem na ye enti John Dramani Mahama kan atrobe ne gum ne nsama ojan ya woka ye nyina ye mfanto nsane ni and o make a statement bi $400 million for agenda 111
oh yeah
and can be to complete at least 21 hospitals but yentimi an complete ba kokra sika na e wo he
ayira
so those who were in charge no I was one munyina ya free wo no mbe yinsama no Mr. John Dramani Mahama the entire wonya massive support from Ghanaians no eye niema bi sei let them come omebu akonta enfanche Ghana $400 million United States dollars I want me and complete just one hospital and shasia nya adwuma na ni nyina no penti kaka na mode bi fifa fa ho foundation ebi kura musum nya asase no makoye hospital so $400 million e dey hospital no mode ye ebi na mekan won say no John mam kan so $400 million na nka betimi complete 21 etiyanka na na dodan Akuffo so we ja 111 no and no the $400 million no e dey complete 21 hospitals sa na nka me na no wo ye mabro na so no party no e no man ni na no wo ye mabro
say chemu say I focus on solutions not blame
exactly ya to man
oba na man for say as we put blames on
blame no etoda e was tinna na nam na kan me what you came to meet I know they are very necessary. But who we are no ye din no solve. Enti ye to aba ne man wo. Ye nim se man nye. Niema nkoye, sikasam nkoye, economy nkoye, everything is in a mess. Enti ye se wo de wo ye kai da bi. Wo ye bi pen. Enti ye nkofa nsu nyame ye. We nya nsu nyame asem. Ye pe kai da bi ne ne koye mre bi ka so okochi wo wio ne ma ye. Ensu nyame ye ne nko mo nkochi abo akra ma ye da. Fe ne ye de ne beko. Abra kai da bi ye bi pen. Enti ne ye do ba ye. Enti wo complain kakra. Tina no ametiye na me de oseme lamenti bebre enti uglamenti kakra bia no agya na afo di solution aba se dum so na se amene ye solve economy ne nye solve ni anku anim enti mani age
ena oka se free SHS ontwam
exactly and nobody on say de bia na meka say na one of the propagandists too and kura NPP amanyoku a omo se ombe use na omo de abo aban form but nyame ncha de say empon kwada na wo ye beneficiaries na wo school mu na wo enjoy free SHS no dodo na asa to abadi NPP because o ma me free SHS na me kona me konya aduane ni enka ncham sa me ba dania me mfa me sugar ene me kamra ni akoka kokonsuonsuo bi ne de asi wono ne ade enti nkura na hu ene so videos awodo a trend on social media wa che bia wonya nkosua mienu de aguso na wo se hwe behwe wa che ne fe na nkura ne ye yezu eyeza eno ne ye hwehwe enti se na free SHS no dum so na yesi yempe traffic light bia school de anya lorry kwan na beso green na obi akọ na yellow ba na obi prepare na red agina na obi agina enti wan ba yesi traffic light ni free ho na ne ma nkọ eno na ma mani ji so make statement bi say henceforth omu nsi school dan bia bra won fa teachers accommodation kan ho perfect idea since when yempanyimfo be hu nyansa and when him sent in a bia me kase what trans say wo bompa dia ma Ghanaian leader don't beg for long life because Jimmy Dawson e wo omumu bebere mu
asem ni
Jimmy Dawson bebere sa wo sen kwatente de ma Ghanaian leader wo pa che say won trans no onyimi nche no omu o ma ne nche menye na since when na wo say o mampanyini ana leader a wo kosi school e de si bia e kwan wa e wo say o dana dwen hu say wo say me teachers accommodation kan ho onse nyame ada ma fe do di nyansa no e ma dwondwama ne mama when ye hia enne u school dana fe teachers accommodation ka anya hwe headmaster ne banglo anya hwe boarding house no baby teachers mienu miensa bi betena de na de attach ya nya simple clinic bi de attach ya nya bibia modern ne enko timeda bia me bompa yesre nyankopɔ se obi o ya Ghanaian leader bia me mpe kwantenten de man na mom nyansa ne nimde so nyansa ne nimde no what just 2 years krana adwuma de be bon but wa jimia obetena so 100 years o man obejim mu nyina
hwe we say and say we will introduce short military training for NSS personnel
and this is not the first time or maybe be introduce military training at the ama graduate and answer one more year service
omo mbekwa national services no
mehu
am say you don't be military training mu kakra
nkrofobia omo make derogatory statement at the facade we hu masa say you do come military training no akoye service dia so mo man na no nche say you kwache say di tutu mo nwene amman bi ti say South Korea won mo ye anya ne ena wo mo be hye South Korea ye Brazil ye Switzerland ye Israel ye Russia ye Algeria ye Singapore Australia Estonia Armenia Finland Greece Iran Azerbaijan Bolivia Cyprus Denmark Egypt Eritrea Lithuania Norway Sweden Taiwan Thailand omunyina ye wo mo eye sa training we
you see body there
ya oda na say wo munyina ye and this is not the first time over Africa hanum so we in Africa countries ni bi kan ho Egypt obia de time ne months ode ye Sudan no ye Algeria Morocco Angola Niger Senegal Guinea Bissau Equatorial Guinea Cape omunyina ye
Ghana nso be
and Ghana nso ye be enya de foforo first one am I strong because a military base na wo kono ye kwatso ne maso ani so etiama you strong you uber out a strong man and as a woman ebe ye adwuma de mo man enti won mo make derogatory statement de fa ho no masa ade bi won onimu a enemi si wiase no abese fon ye kura mi kete fa fon no wo de goggle na make research munsua de enu nti na ya na da bia manyofo ni sisi no yempa kinkan yempa se be fa ye phone ye be make good use of it na ye sua de ne yehu nti de bia asem de beto on ma de obi gina nkwanche a wo ka se de wo twa bode no ne akofa amamu te se dame uhu ne te de obesi apia onema enema koyi nti nam se ye nyansafo no ma lead o men enye wo mo mbenyina che okay unim nyansa emwa
okay
a perfect decision ya nya de free man
ensem no de waka bebre bare ne yenko na enko tie minority no
okay
unse dwumadi na chi no mo so kasae be 10 minutes oma bronsam so pa na menim say ba abusua be address sa issue no quick one yenko mra
that he dwell on this misconception that the economy that we actually left for his government was criminally mismanaged and that we left a huge debt. The true state of the economy also illustrates otherwise. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, the true state of the economy is one that is actually illustrating insecurity, mass termination, mass violations of human rights, and misapplication and breaching of our own constitution, which is the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. If you have been realizing what is going on in our country today, even public servants and civil servants who have what it takes to also access public facilities as enshrined in our constitutions are being sacked. But our president, presenting his statement, made it clear that he is in this position to make sure that equality and equitability prevailed. But what we are seeing in our country today is never true. It's the opposite. Clearly, the world went through one of the most unfortunate economic crises. You realize that the global economy grew negative 3.3. Inflationary rate post-COVID was over 200%. And that was the period that our economy actually went through very turbulent times and crises. So we appreciate that fact. When in the history of this country that we witness a society or a country such as Ghana whose productivity was impaired to the extent that Ghanaians were asked to stay home, but they were paid by the NPP government. Private sector had to sack over 40,000 people. Payee corporate taxes went so low that we had revenue shortfall of over 12 billion Ghana cedis. So definitely the world crisis affected us because we are an import-driven economy. These were the facts that we're expecting our president to have told all of you. But he only concentrated on a lot of misinformation. Ladies and gentlemen, 2016, GDP growth was 3.4, industry was 4.3, agriculture was 2.7, service was 2.8. But when we were leaving power, November 2024, our GDP was growing almost twice as 2016, and that was 6.3. Our agriculture was growing 4.5. Our industry was growing 8.9. Our services was also growing 5.0. So the economy that they inherited, almost all the secondary macro indicators that are very vital appraisal to KPIs were outperforming what we inherited 2016. Go and check our primary balance. Go and check our trade balance. Of course, inflation rate was around 23%. We took over 15.4. Don't forget that the severity of the crisis made us have inflation rate of 54.1. But because of the prudent economic management of the NPP government, we're able to reduce it up to 23%, from 54.1 up to 22. The exchange rate went to 54%. Look at T-bills, they all came as low as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one thing I want you to know, that our president did not address the true state of the nation's economy. We have a lot of time, will not allow me. One statement that he made that I was very much surprised was the fact that we had left billions of cedis at the defense ministry. But he failed to tell us the crisis that was looming. He himself emphasized the point that our boundaries were threatening our country. In fact, this is what I'll hand over to you. At the defense ministry, unprecedented achievements in the area of acquisition of equipment that has given us security as a country. He did not talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, our president failed to talk about the fact that Agenda 111 is ongoing and that some of the projects, we have completed them. Government is about continuity. Government is about continuing what has been done. You remember the popular affordable house by Akuffo. Previous government, being the NDC, abandoned this project. It had to take Nanado and Baumia's government to even complete those projects. Now he talked about railway sector. Tell me, in the history of this country, apart from Nanado's government, who has accomplished unprecedented projects in the area of railway sector? Driving from here to Ho, you encounter about such major railway projects for crossing the roads. We have commissioned some of them and even brought into practice or operation coaches that are operating now. So if the president is trying to create the impression that the economy was so bad and it was criminally mismanaged, that is the reason he's been given the mandate. And that is why he was trying to intimidate the judiciary by describing the judiciary in a bad way. But ladies and gentlemen, the same economy was able to take care of the poor child, implementing most of the enviable projects in terms of social intervention, in kind and in cash, on the continent of Africa and on the globe. But for free SHS, over 100,000 young ones would have been home. But for Nanado's government, NHIS had already collapsed under first Mahama's administration. School feeding had collapsed. LEAP had collapsed. In fact, teachers and nurses' allowances, the most essential services in any economic jurisdiction, is education and health. But he cancelled all of them, making some of poor Ghanaians coming home only to be confronted with unwanted pregnancies. And some got into drugs. So we are saying that NPP government, in spite of the economic crisis that was unprecedented since the First World War, we've been able to restore the economy. We handed over a restored economy to the Mahama government. A working economy, operationally, it was so fundamentally correct that the economy that we left, in terms of primary macro indicators, in terms of secondary macro indicators, in terms of education, in terms of agriculture, in terms of health, they actually inherited a better economy. All the payments he's talking about, where did they get money from? Where did they get money from? Within this shortest possible time, they have borrowed almost 59 billion Ghana cedis. Only in 50 days. Only in 50 days. less than 2 months, Mahama's administration has borrowed 59 billion, unprecedented. So all that we are telling you is that Ghanaians have given them their mandate. Ghanaians are expecting them to treat everyone, whether you are from the north or south or central part of Ghana, whether you are Nilaye or Kwame Asante or Delali or Amegashi. Ghana is one country with one people, with one destiny. Why are they even sacking nurses and teachers? Whilst in most of the communities in the northern part, Ashanti, and in the Volta region, they don't even have teachers and nurses. In conclusion, we want to tell you that in the first place, the economic figures have indicated us that we left a better economy. Secondly, the proper policies that are betterly managed are indicative of the fact that our economy was good enough. The process of it have been used to manage the proper policies. Another thing that we left was a better security, safety, fundamental human rights. Ghana was peaceful. We were living together till they took over. So we don't want you people to go out there and be deceived. At the appropriate time, we'll give you details of every bit of the economy and then the social framework of this country that we left as a government. Go and count the number of STEM schools we built. Go and count the number of school buildings we put up. Go and count the number of health facilities. Go to the police. Go to the army. Go to all the security agencies. Unprecedented developmental achievement. So in conclusion, I would like to conclude by saying that the NPP government actually left a well-restored economy after what Ghana went through as a result of the severe economic crisis. Ghanaians were still enjoying the social interventions that I named all of them. Yes, Ghana went through challenges, but before we left, these challenges had been dealt with and the economy had been put on a very sound footing for the NDC government to continue the good job that we did. Thank you very much.
Okay, Abusua.
The brighter. On say ora onumanyam for Stephen Amwa aka Sticker. And you know ka say wo mo e de sini hwan center bia ba e be kakra na wo pese o ye che hwia we ade a me hu ye me yam hye me na me suma MPP amanyuko ne say eh se nipa we num no wo mo Abraham Mpanyi John Dramani ma di budget awi no no na me lead minority no no ma press conference dia and MPP ne yam say agu concert Sticker de yemfe concert party leader say MLD ade aye serious ani
oh ye concert
na Sticker no bia o MP o koshia we Sticker
also man live legacy
forget
economy no omo ye ni ye to
no di kan no se wa Sticker nsema wo kan nyina no once o buy wantimi ameka say John Dramani ma asem o kan say total debt 721 billion no wantimi ankasa enye no kure o te say press conference no o kan say $400 million agenda 11 no enye no kure o te say o kan say cocoa board 32 billion lo a car wo mo de no John Dramani ma asem o kan enye no kure o te say wo kan say aye 68 billion ECG no enye no kure o te say wo kan say September ya e wo say cocoa board aban pe 9 billion kotua no a John Dramani ma kan enye no kure what is so kind? Say free SHS no, nenya 5.7, nemo 3.4 na John Dramani ma kind no, enya no kure.
So say Mahama buy akobo busia be 59.
Na nko anya dai. Obeden wo tue adwuma ye foka. Obeden na niema ni epe form wo de agugu mfidie no na yenya light de agina so. Mo ko mo ntimi anto. And per me understand ye say aban bia be.
Yenye busia sa.
Yenye busia sa. But say de akowie no no. See enemy ho so hwe right now no besia ne wom dada
dia na Akuffo arekwaje ya mo se ndi enye
dia enye nie besia otia fire bibi na John Dramani mama first term no obo be 62 billion enye twi no minim center market minim kotokraba market so atiase minim e-blocks ahodo minim car powership ahodo Akuffo addo free SH no free SHS na film dia ni biem na odon say some monumental project Deɛ yi ne biem na wode wo nsa som mo wie ɔmo mɛbobɔ na ɔmo mfa nkyerɛ me enti sa 600 and something billion Akuffo Addo boy no no ode to na John Dramani Mahama 62 ane ne ma ɔyɛ no ɛna Akuffo Addo timi trade that power for John Dramani Mahama yɛ na kanya ne so men yɛ wa hai na kanya ne some people nso wo position no enti ensema stika ba na say na me say bisa mo question bi say force say abere bia no aban na ɔte so no ebre ready budget bi a ɛwɔ say minority ne be press conference ana. It's not necessary. Still, NPP for who he was Ghana for trim. Obey say ya na wo sa beri kuro no more. Yedi, yes Bible kraka, oso Jimmy for kra kana no tun ebu ni se nyansafo.
Mo hye ase aburusuo.
Say enye nsuo bia na wo so hye ase.
Ebe na ebu ni se ebu ma me.
Yes wo hye ase aburu wo suo ntam anu ani ye kokko. Na nso nye nsuo bia na wo so hye ase aburu ne ntam.
So mo soja guma ma so ntam.
Ko ye nsuo ye se gumu so ko buru ne ntam. So ho be woro. Sana akwa yi ensuo no mpeso mo bro ne ntam ne nsuo na sedigum ti so nya abotre sese Ghana form hu ye hi de ne wo somebody $400 million amountimi amfa anya agenda 11 ba kokora no sese zana ben ye hu asa akoye hi mo emeja me ya no ti no obi sawse se na economy ne yese de na stika ya me se bi se bi mu eye den no no stika no mo na wo mo se empiki no fori ataye mpam no
se later ya na Akuffo Addo ya de ni
later be ya e de no ye ni
ye koto be ya
entina ye no mo nya 38 no anya se ne nka na nya ne de ne nka mo 28 o I'm telling you later ye no anka Ghana for ye refi asem ntam no ana 88 MPs no ebin mu kura se gina koto ye sa betiti bia firi mu no anya nka de na nya ne de na nka mo benya 50 o and they should be very very careful enya bibia na wo so mo rush quick no mo ba bonten so mo be ya no etoda say how many press conference na minority o maye
edoso
on say enra de ba kun so
ba who calculating so
edoso come ko say de bia o manya press conference na nya mienu
oh yeah
so 59 days as I say John Dramani Mahama adie no some press conference de bia ba kokora say 59 press conference nyansa be ni gumu na de ba ko na me resa hoye na media mene aye majority na anya adwene say on say bra John Dramani Mahama kasa wie no e no say odi asempa na bo 24-hour economy enti wo mu wie na mense nkom be di na democracy na nke tie mini micro minority no omo de afi wo mu hya ase se wo mu so beba na dom dodo nso sa ase sorry afi no mo bu nkama fom so ne ente dom kuma ne nka democracy eto de agya wo me entertain wo mo kakra cause mo yesem bebu nkama fom so da bia ye ente wo mo ne eti enra die pote ne nwom pote kura na dom kuma ne tomante echi nam ti dum so bi na nam akire fia bi what you say sa mo beka mo kasa bo ahye wo mo yam ti to da ya mo chance kakra but press conference dey na wo so mo so be ye na mo chita afo mu say at least ya ni obi
so o be yen so a wo so o kan nsem ye
enti na me say wo ma nyu obi anso ani ani mu so mo concert man kodi say no ayi free ho no ayi aja pinye chairman sabonsu papa yo say Ghana mabunu tia yesekube yi ayi ye awurade wo lusu ni seat ketiamon everyone wants to ja concert in their mouth in your markings and a sticker.
Oh, after market, I know it's serious. Stick a canon. I'm
so yes, serious. Now, Tony General could be answer one sabaja. Yansen, ni bien what Tony General Betani him say, Veteran, Kobabu could be sabaja. Abra Tony General Deputy Abetra with him. Yet the Binman call remand 10 years, young could not some Bonia Wayo. Bisenyan Sassam, and then as a deputy attorney general, obey. Abwama one way don't call necessary remand. No more code them more than 10 years. 3 years, 5 years, ni person nya lawyer no da so da fiase ye nim ko do obobon e na se deputy attorney general nyansa be na de be bo leader amomaye. These are some of the questions sir obi onim nyansa bia no attorney general beta woni ma o so obi sa ye judicial system no say no gidie wo mu no kofom we don't respect them. The biano case ni kwa ya yes unanimous and pebe unanimous e na sa deputy attorney general wonya akonya na obeye ama trust no ya se nya e wo judicial system no na wo to ka chenso won sa agbaja nyansa be ni wotim enti oro no concept no wa upgrade no ana sticker enso eba professor ani emeritus e hadwen ye wi ana opese ye wi ya be wi opese ye wi so a ye beto aso ya what you say enti aniema bi won ma and then you serious nya adwuma anya questions bia na wo se obisa what you say anya fe now John the melody rosary by deputy agric minister abetra wanim toto na no so wo rosary by rosary ne ekwa dey wo farm ho Ene Burkina mampanyina oba ye 37 years akora kete wo your friends say afenyo markings ebi ewu nua kuma no akora ye munyansa se serious o me ye nkra bi mfamfiri ne krom fa nko o man bia so wo mo ebedi wo mo de o man ye be ye mobo because o man to say Ghana etnasa manager akoko anu okum o mo nkrofo a ya twa mo ko wie no makodua gene no mo de bia ba me ato munyimi enti deputy aye friends agric minister aba wonim bisan kwan papa wo be fa so a jene senija no mo ko ayenya bi ni wo Ghana no ebebusu amaye ekwen be fa so be support farmers amomotimi aye kuadwuma no wo so won fa ni rosary mienhwe wonim se de yesisi rosary eyi e dia asem grani ya ka wo sare we aye ni bresemen memfa nya sede enti obi obetra wanim bia wo kwan wo so fa so na atoto na ntina me ka kire wo se me nkompai bon komi kotodua ni mo mompa ye mfa magane leader bia se onya kwatenten cause nyesa wo mu begimi ya chedodo na agimi enti ye hia nyansa ni nimde na ye di amomo mary
Abusua for the mercy ye ko ebe sa babiem yakra mu nyina